Hello students, welcome back. So we were discussing about the postulates of the Bohr model of hydrogen atom. We have seen the different postulates, like how the electrons are revolving around the atom and what are the circular paths, and they are moving with the fixed energy in a stationary state, but electron is not stationary. And then we have seen angular momentum has to be quantized, energy is also quantized. So now we'll talk about its achievements. So it is having Bohr is having 4 achievements. First, he has been able to explain the stability of an atom. Second, Bohr's theory has been used to derive the Balmer's formula. We'll discuss one by one. Third, this theory has, you can say, helped in calculating the energy of hydrogen atom and 1 electron species, or hydrogen like species, that is 1 electron species. And the last one is, this theory has also explained the pattern of lines in hydrogen spectrum. Fine. So these all are the 4 achievements of the Bohr model. In spite of achievements, their limitations are also there, so that we'll see later on. But let's see the achievements first. Okay, so let's start with the first one. That he has been able to explain the stability of an atom. How he has explained that atom is stable? Because the electron is keep on moving in its stationary state. Okay, without, you can say, of its own, it will not jump to the any other energy level. When, you can say, energy is absorbed by an electron, then only electron will jump from its lower energy state to higher energy state. Fine. So you can say, on its own it will not come nearer to the nucleus. This is possible only when the energy is absorbed by the electron, and then only it will jump from its lower energy state to higher energy state. And in that also, you know, that state is not stable. Okay, or you can say here vice versa. So of its own it will not come closer to the nucleus. This is the stability here. Electron of its own do not come closer to the nucleus as suspected by Maxwell theory. He only told that electron will not fall into the nucleus. Only, you can say, it will move closer to the nucleus when it will absorb energy or emit energy. Fine. Then only it is possible, otherwise this is not possible. So therefore the atom is stable. Now let's see the second, how he has calculated the derive the Balmer's formula. We know that Balmer has used that formula first time in 1885. We have discussed this in the hydrogen spectrum, line spectrum of hydrogen. So he has derived the Balmer's formula. So let's see how. So we have seen from the postulates of the Bohrs that energy of the hydrogen atom is minus RH 1 upon n square, where n is the integer. Fine. So let's consider this formula for two energy states. Okay, two energy states. We know that delta E is the difference E2 minus E1. So we will consider for two energy states. Say E2 is for final and this is for initial. So let's write difference. We know from that Bohr's formula, Bohr's postulates only. So let's write down EF is equal to minus RH 1 upon n F square. Okay, then initial 1 Ni square. So this is first and this is second. Substitute the value and just check what you will get. On value substitution, what we will get? That delta E is equal to what? Minus RH 1 upon NF square minus RH 1 upon RH Ni square. This will get plus. So delta E is equal to minus RH 1 upon NF square plus RH 1 upon Ni square. The simple mathematics that we are applying. So delta E is equal to what now? Take RH common. 1 upon Ni square minus 1 upon NF square. So this we have got from here. Fine. Now we can easily calculate the its wavelength or wave number. So we know that delta E is equal to what? H nu. H nu is equal to what? Delta E divided by H. So let's substitute the value. On substituting this delta E value, and one more thing here, we know that this we have written that EF and EI, that is what? Initial and final energy states, and Ni and N, these are the orbits. EF final energy state, EI initial energy state. And what is Ni and NF? Ni and NF are the initial and final orbits. Initial and the final orbits of the electron. Fine. Now substitute the value. Mu is what? Delta E by H. Delta E is it's already plus RH upon में H 1 upon में Ni square minus NF square. Substitute the value of RH for the hydrogen atom as we are discussing for hydrogen atom, that is 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. H we know Planck constant. Substitute the value minus 34 joules second. This we will get. So this joules will get cancelled out. When you will solve this, you will get the value 3.29 into 10 to the power minus 15 per second. You will get the frequency here. Okay, when you will solve this, you will get the frequency here 3.29 into 10 to the power minus 15 per second or hertz. 1 upon Ni square minus 1 upon में Nf square. Now we know that product of light is the light is equal to the product of lambda and frequency. Now what is lambda here? C by nu. Yes. Then we know that wave number is 1 by lambda. Then it is equal to mu by c. So let's substitute this now. This value. Divide this mu with c, that is speed of light. So nu is 3.29 into 10 to the power minus 15 per second divided by speed of light is 3.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This will get cancelled out. Fine. And when you will solve this, you will get the value. Nu is 1.09677 into 10 to the power minus, so this is now wave number, minus 7 per meter inverse. To the power 7 plus, not minus. Okay, here also I think minus. This is minus. No, it's not minus, it's plus. This is fine. Okay, when you have solved that, so this is plus, not minus. Fine. So when we have substituted here nu by c, we have substituted the value of nu. We have got the value of the wave number that we have already seen in the line spectra of hydrogen, that the value of the Rydberg constant. Yes, so this is value which has explained by the Bohr. Fine. So this is the value. So this is the formula. That is the Balmer's formula. We have derived from the Bohr's model of an atom, and this we have already used in that line spectra of the hydrogen. Fine. So this is the achievement. Two achievements we have discussed. One is the stability of an atom. Second, the derivation of the Balmer's formula. Fine. I hope it's clear to everyone. Fine. Direct formula we have to use, and this derivation is important. Direct it will come, that derive the Balmer's formula with the help of the Bohr's theory of an atom. Fine. Next two achievements we'll discuss in the next class. Fine. I hope it's clear to everyone till here. Please keep on studying, as this chapter is not that much easy. When you will keep on revising again and again, then only it will clear to you. Fine? Okay. So till then, thank you.